Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome back to another episode of playing in my survival world. In the last episode I built this nether portal as a centerpiece for the island and I think it turned out rather nicely. I still need to move the portal inside the nether up onto the nether roof at some point, but I have other things in mind to do today. I mentioned in the last episode that I found a skelly spawner, and while it may not look like much just yet, I've started turning it into a grinder. So with a flip of this lever, I can swap it between either killing mode, so where it just collects the drops when these skeletons fall down and die, or XP mode, where the skellies actually survive the drop and then only take one hit to kill them. Like so. That one may take a few more because he's wearing boots. It's fine. It's a really old school basic system, and while I have got some storage chests up here, some of them are hooked up to item filters, just to collect the bones and to throw away all the other drops. Most of them don't actually have hoppers going into them right now because I'm really low on iron right now. I need to get an iron farm set up at spawn really soon. But today I want to build something over here to hide the entrance and the exit to the skelly grinder. The only thing is, I'm also really low on other materials like wood. So today I'm going to start off by building the first farm at spawn. It's going to be a wood farm. Now I was going to take this horse to take this to spawn to actually get there. Unfortunately, it's really slow. Like this is donkey slow. This is so bad. I might just keep you around for looks. Okay, I think I'll build a stable at some point, and you can stay on the stable. Yeah, can I just? I'm gonna take that back. You're free to roam, buddy. Got cool socks though. Between the last episode and this one, I've also built an extra house here, and as you can see, this one is on an angle. I don't do that very often, and I found it very tricky, especially to get the roof looking right. But it's okay. It's a very simple one, literally just built at an angle. I was going to build this one because there is a slime chunk nearby. I was going to build it here, and then I was going to build a slime farm in a slime chunk, but then I remembered that actually there's much easier slime farms that don't require digging out most of the chunks, so I think we'll use that instead. And that's done at a swamp. And then over here, I just built another quite simple house, just a basic shape here. The only difference is this entranceway is like I've jutted it out a block. That's about it. Okay, so let's go in here. I haven't actually decorated it. I've even forgot to put in the campfire for the fireplace. It's fine. Okay, so we've just got a basic rectangle with another rectangle stuck on the side, and that is one of the fundamentals of building houses for this area. Just make a box and then stick an extra box on it. Definitely seen another horse around this. Horse, what are you doing? Why are you in the water? Okay, can I just nudge him? Wait, I've got a lead. I can lead him, right? This way. Stupid horse. Okay, great. So, how about we try this horse instead? Do you know what? He already seems quicker just by wandering around. Let me get rid of this lead. Come on now. Love me. Okay, stick the saddle on him, and there we go. Great, got another horse. Oh, this one's much quicker. Oh, that's a lot better. I mean, it's not like it's super fast or anything. No, that's fine. That's totally fine. All right, so yeah, well, where's the free range horse? Is he already jumped into the? No, he's fine. He's fine over there. Okay. Right, so I am going to travel to spawn. And if my navigation skills are correct, and the fact that there's a bunch of torches here, this is spawn. I believe I spawned in the world over that hill over there. Let me just hitch this guy up to there. I need a name for this guy. I don't really know. I was going to call his predecessor Socks, because he had socks. This guy, he's got, it's like dappled, or he's got patches. Patches, great name. I've got like a, what do you call them? A name tag that I got from the Skelly Spawner dungeon in the last episode. So that's great. I can use that name tag and name him Patches officially. Great. Okay, so over that side of the river is where I think I'm going to be building this farm. Let's just go take a look over here. This is just another big plains biome. I think, again, it's surrounded by a river. I got sort of plans for that. Bless you. For that area over there. So, yeah, if I start over here. Now, I'm just going to build the farm for a start. I haven't got the design to, like, the theme of the area. I haven't got that solidified in my brain just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build the farm, leave it undecorated for now, and then come back to it at a later date. Okay, guess what? I forgot to bring all the materials for the farm. Patches. So, after running back to grab materials, I was able to follow a tutorial from Ianxofour and build this simple but effective tree farm in about 20 minutes. Now, Ianxofour is really great at explaining why things work the way they do for his tutorials, so I do suggest you check out his channel for all your farm needs. Now, if I was able to manage to build this very quickly, anyone can, trust me. And there we have it. Isn't it beautiful? No, not yet. The reason I've done it this high off the ground, by the way, is because I actually have a design in mind for a build to go around it, to hide it. But I don't have nearly enough materials to actually do that yet. So we're going to leave that for a future video. I've got something in mind that will really set the theme for this area. So that's very cool, I felt. That's fine. Something that's not very cool is me. Okay, so you can see it's set on one block here. That's where you plant the trees. So you cannot do the 2x2 trees, for instance, dark oak. But that's okay. If I really need that much dark oak, I'll build a separate type of farm for that. Or, you know, other people have made modifications to this farm, I think, that maybe would help with that. I don't know. I'll have a look at that in the future. But for now, I'm really just bothered about oak and spruce. So that's fine. All right. So how does it work? What happens is, essentially, the player controls it by just right-clicking when he has bone meal in his hand and saplings in the offhand. So it plants the sapling, it bone meals it. We have a timer here going off to set off a TNT duper at the top. It drops the TNT on everything and blows it all up. All the drops fall into the tray here and are collected by this system here. Now this system here, it actually has a water collection system that goes under there, a bubble vator to come up to here, so that when the player is stood here, it gets the saplings put back into its hand. Okay, so that's why this whole contraption is here. Otherwise, you could just literally just drop them and leave out the bubble vator. But yeah, so it collects the saplings and sends them back to you. And as you can see, I've been testing it and it works just fine. So this is great. I know you'd like to see it on camera. I don't have any bone meal on me. Okay. I found some. It's all good. Okay, so let me just grab a few more saplings from here. Let's try some spruce. I could do with some spruce right now. I've fallen off this thing a few times already and nearly died. It's fine. So the switch is over here. Now, as you can see, we've got a sign here that says flip lever up for jungle, huge fungi, and brown mushroom. So that's a separate system that you can change for those mentioned things there. I presume huge fungi means the crimson and wart stems, which is great because I'm going to need a bunch of those in the future. So that's great. You just have to change a few blocks here and stuff to get those, and then flip the levers up, down here and up there. Okay, but this lever controls the whole thing, and this is probably going to get loud. So Jag, if you could change the sounds in the editing process, that would be wonderful. Let's see. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful. And that's just going to go off constantly like so. So if I put that in my offhand, I just want to fill my inventory spaces so that I don't pick up anything other than the saplings. Okay, and I believe I just need to right click. As long as I'm holding it in the correct place. See, that happened because I ran out of bone meal. Yeah, it eats bone meal very quickly, and that's okay. So what I'm going to need is a bone meal farm, but that's okay. That's quite an easy thing to do. Let's turn this off so that you will be quiet, good sir. Now, don't worry about that last explosion up there. There is water preventing the TNT from blowing everything up there. It's totally fine. Okay, so let's have a look down in these things here. So I presume, yes, there we go. So I managed to get a whole bunch more spruce out of that. I'm fine. So in the tutorial, there is a little extra modification where you can put a little bone meal dispenser as well. But like I said, I need a steady supply of bone meal in this area anyway, so I might as well do like I think a moss farm is good for bone meal, right? You can switch it between moss and bone meal, or you can bone meal the something. You can get bone meal out of a moss farm, I'm sure. Okay. So that's pretty much this tree farm done. I am actually going to sit here and do a bunch of farming of the trees for a little bit because I need a whole bunch of them for today's next build. Alright, so after that lovely session using the tree farm, this is what I'm left with. So that's pretty good. This used up a whole lot of bone meal, like a huge amount of bone meal. That's a double chest up there and a dropper. So it's a full dropper and probably half a double chest. So that's that's quite a lot of bone meal. And that it did that very quickly. But at least I've got tons of logs now, so that's great. So I just need to grab a whole bunch of these and take them back to the island base. And then we can get building the next build. I don't know if I actually told you guys what I'm going to be building today. Okay, so this is a little hill just behind the starter house over there. I'm going to be building a tower. Now this is the access to the skelly grinder below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate some bone blocks into the tower to signify you can go in and get some bone blocks, hopefully. But also, I think I can maybe squeeze in a few elements of a brewing setup. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to be able to have enough space to put in a load of nether wart and stuff, but we'll see. Maybe I could dig down and do something for that. But we could at least get the actual brewing stands and stuff placed into the tower as well. So hopefully it will sort of serve a dual purpose. Anywho, let's stop waffling and actually get to do some building. In between recording, I've managed to get myself a mending book villager, and I want to get together a proper trading hall setup on the island before the new update comes along and ruins everything. So I'm thinking that will go in the big fortress on the hill that I'm going to build. Ultimately, this island won't even be my main base in this world, and neither will spawn, actually. So the main base will be somewhere completely different altogether, but if I have things like the trading hall here and maybe something small like a honey farm, that'll give me a reason to come back and visit this place a whole bunch. I think that's a pretty good idea for each of the different areas that I want to build in. Have them be, you know, nice and pretty, but also functional, like me. And there it is, in all its glory, the beautiful bone block alchemy tower. Yes, I really like this build. Actually, it's a bit fantasy, maybe not quite fitting in with the rest of the island, but no, I like it. I like it a lot. It's fine. I did these weird curve things there. I thought they looked a bit funky, you know, there's a bit of weird support things. Why not? I've added in these emerald blocks here and up here. I don't know if they really suit it though, you know, the green maybe doesn't really go with it that well. Plus also a certain light, the lantern shines off it and it just goes really like blindingly bright so you can't even see it. I might try something different there altogether. Alright, so let's go inside, and as you can see, I've got the nether wart farm set up here, and by farm I mean a very manual thing. Actually, I don't think you can actually automate nether wart that well anyway. Like, you still have to replant it yourself, I believe. I know you can do different things. Anyway, it's fine. This is totally fine for my brewing needs, I think. Okay, so let's go up to the next floor where we've got pretty much the same thing, but it's just a bit of a smaller room. But again, that's fine. All the nether wart I'm ever going to need in this series, because I don't really plan on doing like a huge amount of brewing. But I will need some like fire resistance potions and weakness potions for curing villagers, of course. Okay, so when we get up to this floor, we can either go outside to the lovely balcony where we can wander around to the backside of the tower. Can we go all the way around? We can. We can go all the way around to this. This is where that curved bit. Let's try the free cam mode. You've got that curved support there. I really like that. It's nice. Yeah, and you can go all the way back round to the inside where I actually have a brewing setup. By a brewing setup, I mean 2 brewing stands. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's all I'll be needing. What I've got here is just 3 stair blocks that are waterlogged, so that when you take water from the middle one, these 2 replenish it. So it's an infinite water source for making water bottles, which is great. And then just some, some small bits of storage up here. And maybe just put that away there. Oh, I need a door on there, probably. The rest of the floors are pretty much the same. Netherwart farm, I haven't even planted enough in here. Yeah, a little bit of decoration, and that's it. Yes, and then you can wander across this way. So this is like that central link sort of bit to this extra tower here. This little central bit. I like that. I think it was a bit difficult actually to fit that in, but in the end, I think I've managed to work it just about right. This way, okay. And then you can go up these stairs, and you can go, let me think, can you get onto a balcony? Yes, so there's another balcony here that goes all the way around to the back, which is great. That's going to happen all the time. These balconies really just so that when I get a lighter, I've got an easy way to get out of the thing without having to go all the way down the stairs. I can just jump out the window. Yeah, that's fine. And that's pretty much it. I could do with decorating that section up there, but you're probably never going to look there, so it's fine. It's totally fine. And then coming back down to the bottom floor, over in this corner, we have access to the skeleton grinder down there and access back up into this place. So that's great. I still haven't decorated the skeleton spawner just yet, and it's still not really functioning that well because I don't have enough hoppers. And I don't have any ice, okay? And I could do with some for the water streams that go into the storage and stuff. I had a look on the seed. Okay, I had a quick look at the seed map, and it turns out the nearest ice biome is about 6,000 blocks away, so that's going to be a bit of a fun adventure. But for now, this tower's done, and I really like this. I mentioned that it's maybe a bit too fantasy for the island, but we do have a giant, nether portal, a giant interdimensional portal in the middle of the island, so maybe fantasy is fine. Alright guys, so episode 3 and progress is being made. As you can see by my gear, I'm not exactly hugely well geared just yet. Still using an iron sword with like Unbreaking 2 on it or something. It's ridiculous. But we're getting there, and I like the pace of this. This is my kind of pace. I don't want to be fighting the Ender Dragon in the first episode, that kind of thing, or fighting 100 withers by episode 5. It's fine the way I'm going. But at least we've got our first farm established at spawn. We're going to get many more very soon because I really desperately need an iron farm, so that's probably going to be the next thing that I build there. But that is all I've got time for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.